Hi everyone, welcome back to the Going Tiny project. You're looking at some more of my rough cut cedar siding, and I'll take you over to the house, and there it is, treated and up. And if you go around the corner, I finally finished my utility closet, including the doors here. I got a drip edge above it and a little hidden clasp block, and it opens up right now. It's got dog food. And this is my off-grid water tank, about 2/3 full. And then I don't really have a good seal on there, just because my siding overlaps a couple inches from the seam. And where it hinges, I use the rubber material you use for around windows I had left over. And then I'm thinking, I didn't have a plan how to cover the ugliness of the writing on there. And I'm thinking maybe the Plasti Dip, which is like spray paint rubber, and maybe just because you can also brush it on under there to hide the thing, and it's flexible. And I need to retreat the cut edges. So this is kind of fresh wood. I say kind of. It's been outside for about a week now, and this is the treated. Now it does get darker the more it gets wet and dry for, I think they said up to 6 months. So if you come around to the front, especially where it gets the sun, this is south facing, it is a little bit darker. But anyways, the utility closet, my corners suck. There's no better way to explain it. They aren't very pretty. I'm just going to go in there with some caulking, which I got to do around all the siding. And I don't know if I really care. I don't think anybody would notice unless they came over here and scrutinized it like I'm doing. This side definitely got rougher. I can't help but chuckle. And the alignment of the drip edge didn't quite work out. But again, I don't think anybody's going to notice. And this side's identical door, except it opens the other way, only because, by the way, this is a cool little bee nest I got from a local event for bee awareness. I don't know, awareness is probably the wrong word, but you know, they're worried about the beehive collapse. And those are, I think they call them leaf cutter bees. And anyways, there's like 6 or 7 bees in there. And anyways, so that's what's hanging there. So open this up. And the reason it opens the other way is because of the utilities. That's my hot water heater. That's for an RV. And the exhaust port I built that comes out. This is actually meant to mount flush to the wall of an RV. I recessed it, even though it has what they call the winter kit, so it can stand freezing weather. I still didn't trust it, because if you lose power, you lose propane, and it freezes in your brake pipes, you're in for a world of hurt. So mine's pulled back about 1 foot from the edge, and it's in an insulated compartment, and I just made my own ducting extension. It's probably not too kosher according to the manufacturer, but it is an actual forced air exhaust, so I'm not too worried about it. So, and the exhaust, I don't know if you saw, but it's silver, and I just took high temp spray paint that I happen to have sitting around from work on motorcycles, and spray painted it. So anyways, and that's the lid still lifts up. It's kind of hard to get to now, but still lifts up the same way, and it's all done. Anyways, a lot of people ask me, that's the end of the trailer, which I don't even know if I have the lock anymore, the key for that tongue lock anymore. I may have to cut it off. About the turn radius, because this is it's 2 feet wide of the center of the tongue, and it's maybe 14 inches, I'm guessing, back from the actual center of the ball. When I did the math based on where an average tongue sits from a truck, I figured it out with the neighbor's truck and everything. I should be able to turn for any normal street turning. Now, hard turns to get in and out of my spot where it does not come forward. Here's this kind of ugly brush hedgerow of down limbs that I have yet to process. I actually came through this way, and it was a lot of hard turns. So I would have to put a tongue extender on. I wouldn't want to go down the road with a tongue extender with this much weight, but I'd use that for parking it. Anyways, back to the siding. This is the last third of my siding I have to treat, and I'm using this cool product. I think I covered it once in another video. I'm going over to my stuff. Eco wood treatment. It's actually made up near British Columbia, Canada. And this is a small box. I don't know if my hand gives any scale to it, but it's barely bigger than a pack of cigarettes. And it has this little silver foil, and I've already poured it in, and it's this green powder. It's maybe 2 ounces, I'm guessing. It's not a lot. I mean, it's maybe a quarter of a cup, if that means anything to anybody. And it's kind of a green granular powder, and you mix it with a gallon of water, and it turns like rust brown, which is funny because in the bag it's green. And when you spray it on, it turns green again. It's kind of mesmerizing in a stupid way. And you just put it in this, it's a weed sprayer basically, and you spray it on, which I'll show you in a minute. I got a good deal on this lumber because it's what they call seconds, so it's not all pristine. And in fact, like this one, which I think has a lot of character because it has that kind of cool hole in it, but I can't really use that. It's been graded on the back, and I don't know what the grading markings mean, so if someone knows actually how to interpret it, that'd be cool if you could answer that. But usually they have a red circle on what I bought, so I don't know if it's 0 for bad, and then sometimes they have an N, so I'm thinking an N for no. So maybe it's just any mark, because I haven't seen a mark on ones that are good. And you have to face them. It's hard to tell, and I doubt the video is going to show it, but there's a flat edge and a beveled edge. So the top edge is thinner than the bottom, so you get that natural overlapping effect. And I just got to go over here. The cool stuff with the EcoWood treatment, it's the guy, I actually called the guy, and it sounds like an old man out of a garage, and in kind of a cool way. I can respect it because it's not a huge corporation. He told me it's made mostly from a seaweed product. And sorry, I know it's probably bad with the camera. I'm trying to pump, and I've rotated the camera a few times, so I'm sure the image is all sorts of screwy for you, and you probably think I'm drunk. I promise I'm not. Ugh. So anyways, the man that owns the company and invented it said it's made mostly from seaweed stuff, and you can drink it. I don't know if I'd want to test him on that, but that's what he tells me. And he says his #1 customer is the U.S. Forest Service, and this is what they put on all their signs that last for 30 years. And it's a one-time deal, and if you think it's ugly, you can paint over it too. But the sucky part is it turns kind of a weird kelp green, I think, because it's made from kelp. And it looks weird for about 90 days. So it goes on, it'll be slightly green, it'll go gray. I don't know, it just has this whole color transformation until you finally end up with that. Alrighty guys, sorry I had to edit there. Couldn't get the spray to work, it clogged up. That's the downside because this is granule powder. It tends to clog up the nozzle. And I let it sit too long before I rinsed. So anyways, all you do, just like you're spraying for weeds and all, and I'm not a fan of that, but you spray. That's it. You let it dry out, which takes, especially here right now, it's a pretty hot spring here in Utah. It takes maybe 15-20 minutes to dry to the touch, and stack it up. And after a while, you end up with that. Thanks guys for following along. If you got anything valuable out of this, please let me know. Like some direction and feedback, I always appreciate it. And do me a favor, like and subscribe. Thanks guys.